Bluff City NIL is an official partner of Coaching for Literacy, a nonprofit organization using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. You can read more about them at coachingforliteracy.org or follow them on social media at Coaching for Literacy. Your donation to Bluff City NIL is 100% tax deductible because of our partnership together. So thank you for supporting the Memphis Tigers student athletes and helping promote the monumental cause of childhood literacy.
Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City Media podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, TJ Willis and Trey Lasley. Pull up your chair, grab your favorite brew, and enjoy the conversation. Now, let's get to the show.
TJ, welcome to Mustache Madness.
What's up, my man?
Looking good on that side, my dude. TJ and I are rocking the stashes through March Madness until the Tigs basketball season is over.
Plan on having this bad boy for a while.
How long will they grow?
Mine's got some flavor saver on it already.
It's good for the beer foam. Speaking of beer foam, TJ, what are we drinking this evening?
This is Ghost River's Zippin' Pippin IPA. A little bright on my end.
This is real good. I've never had this, to be honest.
I have ridden the Zippin' Pippin, which is shocking because I'm afraid of heights. For those who don't know,
so that's why I was.
Yeah, I know you.
I was curious if you'd actually done it because it is. It's not an intense roller coaster by any means, but it's old and crickety.
Yeah, it is in the sense that I don't trust its structural integrity by any means. Yeah, that part's very intense.
Where is the Zippin'? Do you know where the Zippin' Pippin is now?
I'm sure parts of it have been sold off, right? I know where it used to be. I don't know where its whereabouts are now.
Did you know that you can move a roller coaster?
Sure. I don't see why not. You just take anything apart almost these days.
In Green Bay, Wisconsin, and as of 2010, it is installed at Bay Beach Amusement Park, where it is again operational.
But why? How about that? What is there?
Bay Beach Amusement Park in Green Bay. I don't know. Never been there. But Liberty Land shut down in 2005, so I'm trying to think of when that was. I rode that. It was probably around there. 2004, probably.
Oh, it was way before that.
Shout out to the Zippin'. I just meant last time, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Before we get started, let me fix something real quick. I mean, technically, we're already started, but...
What are you going to do?
How about that right there? Did you see that? Look at that crowd. I need to formally apologize because I said the stripe up was a dumb idea, and I didn't think that it was going to work. But the university laid out T-shirts, and it looked damn good in the FedEx Forum on Sunday afternoon. And shout out to the people in the upper levels because they matched up pretty well.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I definitely didn't think it was going to work. I will say, you and I agreed, if they handed out shirts, there's a better chance it would work.
Yeah,
shirts were out.
If you're going to do something like that,
beautiful.
You got to have shirts. And hey, those were good shirts. Maybe some of the best they've handed out with the script, old school Memphis.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 73 team. Blue version, white version, looked good. But that stripe up, it looked good in there on Sunday.
When did we have those jerseys? We wore those for a little bit.
We had
them
that
like
with,
Spoon?
The Will Barton team had them. Well, that era, I think that we had them a couple of years, but like Joe and Spoon and them wore them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew they looked familiar. I just couldn't remember what year.
Yeah. All right, Tej, 1-1 on the week. Hey, you went down to Dallas. We talked about it last week. Absolutely cheeks of a basketball team right now. And you handled biz.
Yeah.
Came out of there with a 19-point win, even though Moody Coliseum was leaking from the rafters onto the floor. They got all kinds of water problems down there when it rains. Take it back to the fall, the football field started ballooning up
Yep.
because they had drainage problem. I don't know. They need to figure out the structure of their facilities and how they handle rainfall. Because it's football fields having problems. Moody's leaking onto the floor. You need to figure that out. Get somebody out there.
Trey, you know this firsthand that the SMU game, I said, what's one thing that we could do to win the game? And I think the hidden rule, and we talked about this in the Discord, if the Tigers just shoot 50% from three, it's a W, right? Prove me wrong. Have we ever shot 50% from a three and lost?
I would have to go and look that up, but I'm going to say probably, unless it was 1 of 2 from 3, I'm probably not. But yeah, you shoot 53% while making 9 from behind the arc. Pretty good chance you're probably going to come out of that with the dub. But yeah, I mean, overall, solid game all around. You had 4 double-figure scores. DeAndre with 13, Elijah with 10, KD with 23, DeMario with 15.
Big buckets.
Yeah, 53% from 3, 52% from the field. Overall, just a good game. I mean, that SMU made a couple runs. They'd cut it like 6, 7-ish here, and then you pulled away at the end. You won by 20. You did what you needed to do. The line was only like 6.5, which was downright disrespectful. So I bet it hard, and it paid off.
I think that's one
Dallas with the big one. That's what you needed. Metrics wise, you needed it.
Yeah, that's definitely a game that you and I agreed that Tigers should probably win handily, 15, 20 points. Obviously, they still took care of business, but we knew that that number was going to creep down towards the end. Tigers weren't going to do much and kind of seep away probably some of that lead that they didn't really need to give away.
Yeah. I mean, you were a little bit sloppy. You had 18 turnovers, but you did force SMU into 19 turnovers. Rebound-wise, you out-rebounded them. You had 21 assists. So, you know, like you said, good night Thursday. We watched it from a bachelor party outside of Nashville. Good little time we had there. But again, got the dub you needed. And then you moved into Sunday, Tej. And let me tell you, what an atmosphere, electricity in the building Sunday morning at 11 a.m. It was a beautiful scene. That is what Memphis Tiger basketball is and should be. And it's been a while since it's felt like that up in there. I mean, there were times I don't know that it's been louder in that arena as it was at times on Sunday. Specifically, the first KD 3 he made to take the lead, very loud. And then the logo 3 to tie it up, 63 all was, I mean, the place was rocking.
Yeah, I started watching the game from Brookhaven and then made it home for the second part. But that KD transition 3, I know which one you're talking about, where he sapped that. I was like, through the TV, I've literally never heard Grizzlies games that loud. Like Grizzly playoff games have not been that loud. I was like, this is wild.
I mean, I've been to Grizz playoff games. I mean, the Tennessee Memphis game probably was close to it, but that was 15 years ago. So I just could be misremembering. But Sunday, what an atmosphere. It's a shame. I felt like the whole time I just knew we were going to win. Going into it, I felt incredible. I felt like it was a W. And it just wasn't that. I'm just so tired of losing to them like that. The half court shot, the overtime games, like, oh, I wanted it bad. He freaking pushed off.
He did push off, but you don't call that as a ref. No ref calls that. I mean, what?
I mean, yeah, you got to.
If you want to be mad,
they're not going to call it. But it's just unfortunate because I think at any other point in the game, it is called. It just happened to be that's the last play of the game, so they're not calling it, which is also like, I don't know.
I will say, if you want to get mad at any one particular call, it should have been on the inbounds, the tech, no tech. that they
I
went
don't,
back
I
and
don't,
reviewed and still
I don't know
somehow
how
didn't
that's not
call
a
it tech.
tech. I mean, I don't know how it's not.
Man,
I never heard an explanation. I think they tried to say it's because the ball had left Alo's hands, but go look at the still shot. He's
what has
freaking standing out of bounds up against Alo, and the ball is right here, and he's smacking. I mean, it's a technical foul. That's 2 shots and the ball. Granted, that's right before Katie hits the game tying 3, right? So,
yeah.
like, who knows what happens? Maybe we make both free throws, you're still down 1, and you don't score, right? So who knows how that goes? But yeah, I don't know how that wasn't 2 shots in the ball right there.
Yeah, either way it goes, that was not, the deciding factor of the game. I think for the most part, we could probably chalk it up. I think that 10-point swing, the 10-0 run that Houston went on was not necessarily the dagger, but you felt it. And it definitely got real tight there for a second because you just see that lead slipping away. And it just,
I mean,
in the pit of my soul, I knew.
that is definitely the point in time where I started to feel like, dang, we're not going to pull this out. And then we came back and tied it. But yeah, I mean, you'd gone up 5. You were up 5 and gotten 3 consecutive stops in a row, which is what they call a kill, and you couldn't score. I mean, that's an opportunity you could have extended. You score on all 3 of those, and you're looking at like 10, 11 point lead, right? And you just couldn't do anything. Some of it, I mean, you got a little bit stagnant offensively. You were taking shots at the end of the shot clock, like, and again, I'm not gonna say that lost the game either, but yeah, that kill shot of a run by Houston definitely changed the feel for a little bit.
I do have a question for you. What happened to DeAndre?
I don't know, man. I mean,
he's been
you
so good
feel
for us all year.
he has, and I don't want to say that he disappeared, but like that just wasn't a DeAndre.
No,
He's averaging 17 at home, and you only get 8 out of him. He played 30 minutes. You want to point to fouls. He was in foul trouble a little bit. He had 4 fouls. Obviously, he got 3 in the first half, so he had to sit the last couple of minutes. Gets his 4th, what was it, like 14-ish minutes maybe? I don't know I mean, some of it we talked about a little bit before we started. You were getting, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit surprised you didn't show up tonight wearing your Malco jersey, because shout out to Malco for the 30 minutes he gave us yesterday. 9 and 7 and a steal, 2 blocks, an assist, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 4 of 7 from the field. I mean, big minutes he gave yesterday.
Dude, standing firm down in the paint like Stonehenge. Like he was
firm.
He was great. I mean, I think that's
can
what
we
you
talk about
expect from Malcolm,
his
right?
footwork in the paint a little bit? He's got that
Dude, don't
spin
get me
down with
started.
he's throwing up reverses and stuff.
So in football terms, like everyone wants to be a running back or everyone wants to be a skill position. Like no one wants to be a lineman, essentially, right? It's just like in basketball, everyone wants to be a guard. I think Malco wants to be a guard. I think at soul, he's a big guard.
And
Point center, you heard it here.
Down in his heart, he's a guard at heart. We've
I don't
seen
think Malcolm
coast
has
to
ever
coast
been a
before.
guard. We have, and we've
Maybe in another
seen some
lifetime.
fancy moves lately. A freaking reverse layup.
Malco's ready to go dancing to the big dance. I'll tell you that much.
So are we.
So are we.
My wife's gonna be so pissed when I get in bed with this. You kidding me?
Yeah. In bed with it. She won't be pissed
she's already in
before
bed.
then? Okay.
She's already asleep.
I didn't know where you were going with that. This is a G-rated show, TJ.
Family show, Trey. Family show.
All right, TJ. Looking, I mean, we talked about it. You didn't really lose anything statistically. I mean, they shot better than you from the floor. What sticks
full
out?
Throttle here.
Whoa.
Oh, brother.
I don't where are
full
we
throttle
right
here,
now?
man.
You don't
I'm talking like this from here on out.
You don't ever let that hair down like that. Hey,
bud.
bud.
It out. Hey, bud. Yeah, go ahead. I know I interrupted you. We didn't lose
Just,
anything. I don't understand. I literally
I mean, you gave up 10 threes. That hurts, right? They had 7 in the first
sure.
half. I think getting down early in that first half and being down 9 at half makes a big
Mhm.
difference, right? Because you got to battle back from that. But like,
Sure.
and Coach Hardaway said this in the post game that game came down to his game plan in the first half, which they made a total
Yeah.
adjustment on. But like the trapping of Sasser and Sheet in the first half and just left wide. And it wasn't like they were making contested crazy threes and just hot for, I mean, they were wide open threes.
Yeah.
So you go over in the first half and they make 7, and that's a difference right there, at least for the first half. Obviously, you battle back. I mean, you won the rebounding battle. You shot 91% from free throws, shooting 23 free throws. You ended up making 6 threes, so you made 6 in the second half. I mean, you didn't turn it over a ton, 12 turnovers. You forced them into 14. It really just, yeah. I mean, it comes down to that. You make the run, you get up 5, you get 3 stops, and you just couldn't you get like even another basket there and extend it to like a 7-point lead. And I feel like you find a way to win that one. I mean, you still almost
Yeah.
found a way. They get away with a push off and drain a shot at the horn. It's just like we ran out of time. That game goes to overtime or even like 2 more possessions, and I feel like we find a way to win.
Yeah. Anytime the Tigers only have 12 turnovers, I don't need to see any other stat line. I think that's gonna be a win. And I know it's a different team, and maybe we shouldn't focus on the turnover margin any longer with Kendrick because we actually have like a real point guard, but that's kind of been the Achilles heel. You want to add in free throws? Sure. We went 21 of 23 from free throws. All you're doing is adding to the case that if Memphis can play like they did against Houston, they don't lose another game until deep, deep into the tournament, right?
Yeah. And I mean, in the grand scheme, like yesterday didn't hurt a ton. Obviously, you really wanted it, but I don't think resume wise or what this team wants to do that changes anything. I mean, they talked about it too. Like Kendrick mentioned it. They want to see them again a week from yesterday in the conference finals, right? And I think if we see them again, I don't think they're beating us for a third time. I think we know exactly what we got to do to beat them. I think it'll be
Yeah,
like
it's
last year.
almost
We swept them in the regular season, and then they beat us in the conference. I think it's just a flip of that, which would be lovely. I would love to cut down the nets next Sunday.
take the words out of my mouth.
Um. So yeah, I mean, heartbreaker. Tired of losing like that. I mean, how many freaking games have we lost in dumb situations like that? It feels like we're never. I know we got the Temple win on a buzzer beater, but I feel like we're always on the wrong side of those.
It does honestly feel that way. I think if we go back, it's probably not that many at all, but it just feels like the ones that matter always end up something like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you going to do? You lost by 2 points to the number 1 team in the nation. You went toe to toe with Alabama. What are we talking about?
I mean, you look at it and it's like when healthy, and granted, we're still not. I mean, mind you, Keontae's out, so you did play without a pretty impactful meaning, like a guy that gets minutes
Sure.
and has been. I mean, at least before he got injured, was leading through conference play, leading the league in 3-point shooting percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's twice, because I'm not going to count, even though you played really well in the first Houston game, you're without your best player, right? So like,
yeah,
in this game with Houston, you lose by 2, you lose at Bama by 3. That's the top 1 and 2 seeds right now in the country by a combined 5 points.
Yeah, I don't. Normally, I would say that losses can't really help you, but the first loss to Houston, you played very close without your number 1 player. The second loss to Houston, they had to pull up a buzzer beater just to beat you. Alabama, you played out of your mind. I think DeAndre was out for a little bit in that one. You didn't have someone else. There's someone else we were missing for that one. Malcolm got hurt, yeah.
But look, in both of them, yesterday and Alabama, I mean, so Alabama, I mean, it was double-digit bunnies we missed. You make those and you win going away. I mean, shot quality put it out and said based on the shots we took, we win like 77% of the time. But
Yeah.
yesterday there were at least 4 or 5 shots bunnies at the rim that we just couldn't put away. I mean, you make a couple of those and this probably goes the other way.
It's
So
sickening, but
it's
I'm
just little things like
proud of
that.
them.
Yeah, I mean, you come away, you wanted to win, but like I'm not discouraged at all. Like you just said, you've taken the 2 top seeds in the country down to the wire both times. So it's like you can play with anybody in the nation. Any given day, you can beat anybody. You can play with them. All right. So Thursday, conference tourney. Looking at the bracket, so we locked up the 2 seed, TJ, both men's and women. So shout out to Katrina Merriweather. What a turnaround that is. They're the 2 seed as well. Memphis just hoops got the 2 seeds locked up. We are locked up in Hoop City as the 2. We will be playing the winner of SMU Central Florida Friday at approximately 6 p.m. I got one of those tickles going on in the throat again. Who do you think it's going to be, SMU or UCF?
UCF.
What's our road to the AAC Tournament Championship look like?
A winner of UCF, SMU, who I think will probably be UCF. They have the better player. Yeah, they have the better player, right?
Who, UCF?
Yeah.
Hendricks is better than anybody on SMU.
Yeah, so I was just making sure I wasn't going crazy.
No.
Do
you have any worry about playing Central Florida on Thursday? Given
we've lost to him before.
You lost to him in overtime, and then it took a DeMario steal and layup at the horn, basically, to pull it off at home.
Without Kendrick for half the game.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. I will say more of a concern that you were so out rebounded the first time around, but Malcolm is back. So you have the ability to play. You have the ability to play DeAndre at the 4 and not the 5 because he's not a true 5. And I think that may play to his strengths a little bit there because you're asking him to be himself and not do things that he's not used to doing. We should be able to pull that one out, right?
Yeah,
barring anything catastrophic.
I don't have any worry about it at all. The home game here, you already said it. You lost. You were about to blow them out of the water at home.
Correct.
KD goes down. Alo's not playing. Malcolm's not playing. You don't have a point guard for 25 minutes of that game, and you still pulled it out. I mean, for a lot of it, you still led by double digits. So, I think that's a game. First game of the tournament. I mean, I'm saying that's like a 10-point win pretty comfortably, I feel like. No worries about Central Florida. I feel like we still owe them.
So your next game would be the winner of Wichita State and Tulsa versus Tulane in the membrane.
Which to me, I think has got to be Wichita, right?
Yeah. I mean, Tulsa's just awful.
Cheeks.
Awful. Wichita's not.
I mean, maybe they throw some kind of miracle run together, but I think you gotta assume it's gonna be Wichita State.
Yeah. I would love another run at Tulsa, or excuse me, at Tulane, because I hate that we've lost to them. The
fact that we've lost to them is nauseating. Like I'm about to throw up a little bit of this beer just thinking about the fact that we lost both games to them. Because realistically, if you don't lose those games and you don't lose that one Central Florida game, like, which you shouldn't have, you were up 11 with 3 minutes left.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
I mean, you're probably looking like a 6 seed or something right now.
Mm.
But right
And
now
honestly,
you're stuck on that 8-9, I think. And I don't know how much it's going to change. Honestly, either Wichita or Tulane could win that game. It could be either one of them. I mean, Wichita just won down in New Orleans like 2 weeks ago. So it would
well, I'm
not
gonna let you
shock
know.
would not shock me to be playing Wichita State on Friday.
I'm into beautiful storytelling, poetry, if you will. I want Tulane.
You want all the revenge.
Yeah, I want Tulane. I want Houston, and I want to be the team that buries them both. Absolutely buries them. It makes sense. What are we talking about?
I mean, even a little bit of Central Florida feels like it's like we still owe them one.
Bury them.
It's a
Taylor
freaking
Hendricks.
it's a
He's
revenge
focusing
tour in Dickies Arena for the University of Memphis Tigers.
100%.
We're doing
Hendricks
it.
is
Hey, and
focused
shout
on
out,
the draft.
I meant to mention this
I'm
before.
out of here.
Shout out to us. Because if you guys go back, you listen to episode 1 of Tigers Untapped, we did a regular season prediction. Tej and I were pretty spot on. Tej, what'd you say? 24-7 regular season?
24-7, yeah.
Your boy said 23-8, which is where we sit right now. I think we both said we'd finish second in the regular season, which has happened. Mm-hmm. But I want to say our seeding for the NCAA was a little off. I want to say we set around like a 7 seed, which maybe could be possible. I don't know what the committee's
Who's
thinking.
to say?
If you go by the metrics, you look at the net and stuff, we're probably sitting about an 8-9. Yeah. But we've got a good out-of-conference record. I think we're like 23rd or so for strength of schedule out of conference, and you went 11-3, 10-3. That A&M win's looking better. Auburn's a decent win. Vandy win is looking better on the road. So who knows? You may get up there.
And more importantly, we beat the teams we were supposed to. I think people overestimate quad 3 and quad 4 wins because like they're easy wins. People lose those all the time.
Yeah.
You know, we only lost one quad 3. Yeah, only one quad 3 game, right?
Yeah. Don't remind me about it. Freaking Tulane in the membrane. All right, we get by Wichita State Friday or Saturday or Tulane, whatever one you want it to be. And then it's the rematch.
It's Friday, right? No, you're right.
Our first game's Friday will be Central Florida. Saturday will be Wichita State, Tulane. Sunday, complete the revenge tour in Dickies Arena. Cut the nets down. Meet the boys at Wilson Air. We're bringing home a trophy. Which, hey, I predicted this in episode 1 as well. I said we would finish second regular season, but we would win the tournament, and I still think it happens.
Definitely possible, yeah. But let me ask you a question,
beautiful,
Trey.
beautiful weekend of basketball for Memphis. Ask me it.
I know there's some debate.
Yes.
So you think we're an 8 or a 9 now, correct?
I feel like yes, that's where you're at. Unfortunately,
do you believe? And there's general thought around this. Someone actually, I think you may have mentioned it, that seeding is set before the conference tournament play.
I think they have a very good idea, and I don't know that conference tournament play will impact it very much. Which to me is unfortunate. I think probably for certain going into Sunday, they have it's like they win, they're here, they lose, they're here. Like they know what we're going to be. And maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's hard to say.
All right. Well, let me run my question by you. Do you think their strategy in losing early on in the conference tournament to get a lesser seed so you get a more favorable matchup?
No. And rest everybody? No, just win the tournament. They've already said it. Katie said it yesterday. This team feels like they still got room to improve and grow, and I think you do that the best playing together. Just win the damn tournament. Regardless of what, even if that means being an 8-9. Hey, we talked about it 10 minutes ago. You've already taken the top 2 seeds to the wire in 2 games. Like, Even if you end up in 8, you got to play a 1. Be the 8 that beats the 1. You're going to have to probably beat a 1 eventually. Might as well do it the first weekend, get it out of the way. I'll ask you
Could you
this, though,
imagine?
because we're not going to be in Houston or Alabama's bracket if we're an 8 or 9.
You know
They
that
don't-
for a fact?
They avoid conference and regular season matchups in the first weekend, which means you're probably going to be what? Kansas, UCLA, or
Kansas.
Purdue, which would probably, yes, you're probably going to be Kansas and like Des Moines or something.
No, it's Kansas City, I think.
That's the Elite 8 and final, or the Elite 8, Sweet
okay.
16, Elite 8. First round would be like Des Moines.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So who of those 3, let's say it's Kansas, UCLA, or Purdue, would you rather see?
UCLA has the same roster today that they did in like 2015.
5
Like
years
everyone is
ago?
still there.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they're all. Tyga Campbell is still playing basketball, and I don't understand. So is the other guy. I don't want UCLA. I can tell you that. We've talked about Purdue. I don't think that's a great matchup. So I guess
Their
Kansas,
guards have
right?
not been great lately. They haven't been making
I
shots.
don't
It feels
care.
like
They have
the
the
dude's not
largest
gonna
human being in the world.
beat us by himself.
Okay. Famous last words. Famous
Probably.
last words, dude.
Probably.
Go freaking watch him. I want nothing to do with the guy. He's so
Big Ten's
impressive.
overrated.
They all eat each other. They all cannibalize each other. They all literally
And then they don't
beat
make
each
it.
other
They
up.
send 9 teams to the tournament and only 8 get out, or only 1 gets out of the first round.
That was last year. I don't think outside of last year that's ever happened.
All right. Speaking of, let me ask you this then. What do you think the lowest possible seed is that we say we win the tournament next week? What do we end up? The best possible seed. You think we can get to like a 7?
I think a 7. Yeah. Had you beaten Houston at home and then won the tournament,
I think you easy
different
7.
conversation.
You could have been a 6.
Yeah, I think even 5, honestly. I think you definitely could have moved up to potentially a 5, knowing you played Alabama close, maybe not at full strength. You played Houston close the first time around, not at full strength, and then you just beat them at home, hypothetically, and then you beat them again. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I think they had a strong case for a 5. I think you win the tournament, you're probably a 7, which is better than an 8 or a 9. I hate the 8-9. It's the literal worst.
I mean, you just want to be dancing anyway. Just get in there and give me a shot. Anything can happen. But yeah, if you win this tournament, you get a 7, sign me up for it all day long.
I will say this, just for what it's worth, like, I'm not sure there's another 8-9 out there that will have the resume Memphis does, right? Like, I think that, it's the same thing that we've been saying over and over and over again. Like, you played Alabama, played them close. You played Houston close. You played Houston close. You're going to play them again in the tournament. Like, you're very battle tested. A&M, Auburn.
And can we talk about, you don't have
one has that kind of schedule.
We don't have a single double-digit loss either. That's got to be, I mean, I haven't looked at every team's loss in the country, but like, I'm going to go out on a limb and say like 9 out of 10 teams have at least a 10-point loss on the resume.
Probably true, yeah.
And given you've played a 1 seed 3 times, you played several of the top 3 of the top 6 SEC team, like not to have even one night where you just didn't have it and just came out and lost by 10 is pretty impressive. Like, this team battles their asses off every single night, whether they're making shots or not.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else is slated at 8-9. I know Auburn is one I've seen, but like,
so yeah,
they're done that.
Right now, Lenardi's got us in the 8-9 matchup playing Missouri in Des Moines with Kansas as the 1. So that's Missouri as an 8, He's got Florida Atlantic and Auburn as the 8 and 9 in the West. He's got Illinois and West Virginia as the 8 and 9 in the South. And then he's got Maryland, Arkansas as the 8-9 in the East.
Illinois is pretty good. They've got a lot of transfer guys.
Arkansas 10th in the SEC. That's crazy that they're a 9, I feel like.
Yeah.
Palm, while we're talking about this, today has us as a 10 seed.
Give me that.
I don't know that I agree with. I mean, yeah,
give it to me.
10 seed playing Iowa State. Both these boys got us in Des Moines with Marquette as the 2. I don't hate that. I mean, I don't like being in Des Moines.
Yeah.
But I don't hate that draw if that was it.
No, I don't. I mean, you said it was Marquette was the 2?
Yeah.
No, I'm okay with that.
I
don't know who's the 1 on that one. Purdue.
He had us in the East, which was Kansas as the 1.
Okay, that's still the more favorable 1 for me. So let me go ahead and sign up for that bracket.
Yeah. So your Sweet 16, if you got by Marquette, would be probably TCU or Arizona.
Freaking Damian Ball Revenge Tour.
Damian Ball Revenge Tour. Freaking Seth Henderson Jr. Why is he not in Memphis? What happened there?
I think it was a too many body thing. Got too many bodies, and don't look at me. I don't make the rules. Man.
I literally didn't look at you. I looked up at the ceiling. But I mean, just curious. Just didn't know why he wasn't here. Dude is shooting 36% from 3. No. What is he shooting? 40% from 3. That would have been cool. 31 minutes.
Real nice. Apparently, only Arizona can offer those minutes. Arizona?
Yeah.
Would have been real cool, Bob.
Yeah, so anyway, who knows? I don't know. Feels like we're on the 8-9. I don't know what the committee's seeing. KenPom, you're at 33rd. You're rising. You win the tournament this week, you're probably looking top 25-ish KenPom, maybe higher. Which definitely I think could put you in the 7, maybe last 6 seed conversation, mid 6 seed conversation. So not a bad spot to be. I mean, at this point, all that matters is you're safely in the tournament. You've done up to this point what you needed to do. I think even if you came out Friday and you lost to Central Florida, you're still in. I don't know how you feel about that, but I think you're in today no matter what happens this week.
Definitely in. You can lose to UCF and you're in.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, you may fall to like an 11 seed, but hey, we talked about it. That wouldn't be terrible.
Count me in.
You're better than an 11 seed. And if you are the 6th that would be matched up against us, I'd be real worried.
Like, I'm gonna have people tweeting me for this, but I think there could be some strategy there.
Tweet us. Yeah, I do not condone trying to lose any game for seeding purposes. Just win it. I would love an American Conference basketball tournament title.
If only it dropped like that. I don't think we could lose, and I don't think you're moving much. I think the rest of your resume is what it is, that you're just kind of set in stone, unless you beat Houston, because that's such a needle mover.
Yeah, but then it's also like, do they look at it as, oh, well, it's the 3rd game in 3 days. It doesn't really, you got that whole thing.
What do you mean by that? It's the 3rd game that we've played in a row.
I know. I'm just saying, how much weight do they really put in you beating Houston on the third day in a tournament? Like, yeah, you beat them, but I just don't know how. I'm just saying, I don't know how much weight the committee puts into that win. Like we said, I think it's pretty locked in. You're in. I don't know how much movement there's going to be seating wise for us now.
Yeah, I think it is what it is, unfortunately.
All right. So what have you said? We go 3-0 this week and win the tourney. You agree with me? You don't agree with me.
I got Bobby bad news coming, dude.
TJ thinks we lose on Friday.
On Friday, the Temple game, or no?
The Central Florida game. Well, you just said
Central
you
Florida
want us
game.
strategically
Yes.
to lose, but you just think we're going to lose anyway.
I was trying to say Tulane. No, I think you lose Saturday.
The Tulane for the third time.
Yeah.
I'm ending this.
No,
right
but
now. I'm not going
it's
to listen
only-
to that. We're leaving.
I think that
Thank
they get
you
in their
guys for
head.
tuning in this week.
They're so worried about the Houston game. Everyone wants this rematch against Houston that you just
you think it's a little. You think it's a
Tulane.
little overlooking.
Yes, 100%. Oh,
No,
it shouldn't be.
They know that
That's
they
a
owe
team that beat your
Tulane.
ass
They're not,
already twice.
I don't think they're beat their asses.
Did we win?
They're not overlooking them.
Did we win? Did we win?
We didn't, but that doesn't mean you got your ass beat.
You got your ass beat.
Family show. I will say this though.
You got your butt beat.
The importance of getting that 2 seed is that you get to play the earlier game Friday. And Tulane hasn't. I mean, we hadn't even talked about this. You got Malco back for Tulane. I think that's been the difference maker. I think you have Malco for the whole year healthy. You win the Central Florida and both Tulane games.
That's probably true, but you also don't get the DeAndre impact at the same time because I think he'd take some of those minutes away from DeAndre. A little lesser DeAndre, not much, but just a little bit.
A little bit
less DeAndre.
Definitely not as much less as we had yesterday, but
I can see it. Can we talk about? Can we do like a little good luck chant for Kennedy tomorrow?
Oh, getting
a little check.
I mean, by the time
I'd love to have him back for March.
By the time the peeps are listening, I mean, look, good luck, well wishes all around. I would be shocked if he is playing basketball in the postseason.
Yeah, we're
with a broken shooting
pins in my man's hand.
Yeah, you taking
pins.
You got to take those pins out and then shoot a basketball. I don't know. I'm
no
doctor,
like
so I
freaking Mighty Ducks. It's not like he can just turn his wrist and he calls it a day. We're talking about pins.
Holding the stick.
Yeah, Charlie, dude couldn't hold the stick. You kidding me?
Charlie. Yeah, I don't know. Good luck. Hopefully there's some good news out of that. Although we've talked about it, with his absence has opened up the door for DeMaria. So
sure.
We'll see. Would be interesting to see what happens if he's cleared and what role he takes this weekend into the NCAA tournament after.
Hold on. You know what we're not going to do? This is side note. I should have brought this earlier. We're not going to talk an entire episode of college basketball and not mention Chandler 3-point Lawson. I just remembered
was the first one that he made. How flat was the ball? That thing died.
It
splashed. That thing dipped its toes in the water and then slipped off the dock. Nobody splashed anything.
What is going on?
I've never seen a ball die like that. Well, that's not true. I've seen it happen before, but I don't know. My man is just letting that thing fly.
Did he shoot a 3 last year? Am I crazy? Like, I honestly don't recall him ever shooting a 3.
Well, I mean, he missed a large portion of the year last year.
Okay, my question stands. I'm just saying, I don't recall him hitting a 3. I don't remember that.
Yes, I do not think that he made a 3 last year, but he also missed a large portion of the year. But yes, he's letting that thing fly. He's been
Sap City lately.
Sapping. That's like 3 or 4 games in a row.
And even if it's 0 for 1, I'll take it. Or 1 for 2 or something like that.
Hey, he's shown he can make them. I don't care. Take one. Take
Yeah.
two a game.
Get your
You're
attempts
open.
in there.
Let that thing go.
That's completely off topic. I just remembered that.
All right. Any other basketball related?
I don't think so.
Who's going to be Conference Player of the Year? Should it be Kendrick, who is your 7-time AAC Player of the Week? Or should it be Marcus Sasser, who's your 1-time AAC Player of the Week?
Hear me out.
Out of
Should it?
16 weekly AAC Player of the Week awards, how many times has a Memphis Tiger won it? Do you know off the top of your head?
Out of 16, probably like 10, 11.
It is 10.
Yeah. I mean, it's been nonstop. Here's the problem with these awards is that you're not giving the award to the best player. You're giving the award to the best player on the best team. It's the same in college football. It'll probably be the same in college basketball. I expect Marcus Sasser to win. Just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, he was a preseason player, which is incredible considering Kendrick was 2-time. I think that also kind of plays into it. Like he's already won back-to-back. Are they really going to give it to Kendrick a third time? Probably not.
I don't know why that should come into play.
I'm just saying politics.
No, I'm with you. I think it's
But
stupid
yeah, I think
don't think that should
Houston
matter.
being likely the number 1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament and Sasser arguably being the best player on that team is going to play a large role in that.
That's probably fair.
I also, and shout out to D Grums in the Discord, I think he put this, but I think too, if Kendrick had shot from 3 what he had shot historically coming in, which was like 37%, it probably is his award. But he is shooting 31.9% from 3 this year. He's just not shot the ball as well from 3.
I'm starting to think it's an us thing, you know? Not him,
I don't know what
us.
it is.
We oil the rims down. Except he freaking crushed threes when he played us, I feel like.
I don't know what it is. I mean, he shot 37. I mean, his first 2 years, freshman and sophomore, he did shoot right on par with what he's shooting now. But the last 2 years, he shot 37% from 3.
Are the attempts up? I'm trying to make an excuse here.
I don't know. This is only showing me averages.
It's okay. I'm just trying to make an excuse for a man. Look, it should be Kendrick. I think you've already narrowed that down just by looking at who's been the American Conference Player of the Week. Like, I don't know why we need to have any extra conversation. Like you've already said, he's been so great that we have named him Player of the Week. What was it? 6 times? 5 times? 7 times. What are we talking about?
I think he went on a 6-week straight. Let's see. Hold on. 5 straight weeks. He was the Player of the Week.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
I mean,
from December 12th
what are we talking about?
To January 18th, a month and a week straight, Kendrick Davis was the Player of the Week. That's 5. 1, 2, 3.
It should be Kendrick. What are we talking about? This is so stupid. But
I
it's
agree
going to
with
be
you.
Marcus
I'm just
Sasser,
saying,
right?
I don't think they're going to give it to him for a third time. It's going to be Sasser, number 1 team in America. He won Conference Player of the Week 1 time. First week of the year. Second week of the year, sorry.
So stupid.
Fat Kyrie won it the first week.
That'll forever be funny, by the way.
He does look like Kyrie. Shout out, the way, speaking of, shout out to our student section the last 2 weeks of the year, 3 weeks.
Yeah. They finally fixed the seating arrangements. And it makes perfect sense. And now it looks great.
I mean, that's exactly, you got to get the guest tickets out of there. The students are filling it up, standing, racket. I mean, we had the freaking Barstool Storm Chasers here on Sunday.
I zoomed in on a picture of you in that crowd.
Behind me?
Yeah. Now I've F with my camera. Now it has no clue where I am.
I'm actually over here. It should be Kendrick Player of the Year, but it's going to be Sasser. Unfortunate. But Kendrick and DeAndre make first team for sure.
You said for sure. No.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. All right.
For sure.
I've learned to be let down.
For
I
sure.
can tell you what makes sense and what happens.
For sure. As sure as these
Yeah.
stashes. First teamers, both of them.
Are you kidding me right now? I should have done Fu Manchu. I should have just left the beard all through here. Look real crusty.
Deep down. You could have gone all the way down.
I could have it.
Tied it. You
Sick.
could have braided it into your hair. That'd have been good.
All right. Anything else?
Nothing basketball. We did get a little bit of football news. We're about to roll up on spring practice. How do you feel about the addition of the Southern Miss series?
I love it. I mean, here's the thing. If you're going to start adding teams like Bethune-Cookman, UAB, schools like that, like why not add someone you
we have
some
history with
sauce
UAB.
with? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Add
Literal
something when you got
sauce.
some sauce with.
Battle of the Bones. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not an Arkansas or an Ole Miss or a Florida State like you got coming up. But from a history, Black and Blue Bowl, it's better than like Louisiana Monroe or some of the teams we've played recently.
I'm so upset with you right now, dude.
What?
Battle of the Bones.
What about it?
That's UAB.
I know. I was taught. You said UAB.
Oh, I
sauce.
get what you're saying.
I'm
I get what you're saying.
Battle
I'm
of
getting
the Bones. There's
I'm with you
sauce
now.
all
I'm
over
with you
that
now.
trophy.
I thought you were saying
Goodness
SMU.
gracious. No, they're Black
USM
and Blue
Memphis.
Bowl.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I said that.
I was about to be so upset.
Get
Battle of
outta
the Bones
here.
is the dopest trophy in college football. Fight me.
Bring it back. I can't wait to see that thing.
But no, just to go back to it, I love it. I think it's a great addition. I think Southern Miss is on the uprise. They've been really good. They got our boy Will Hall, former Memphis Tiger.
Frank Gore Jr.
Frank Gore Jr. Is he still there? Yeah.
I don't think so. There's no way. I mean, he
I don't know. I
definitely
think he
won't be
probably
there
has
when
another
we
year.
play him. What's the first game in like?
Oh yeah, because that's like
30 years?
2027.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only way out there. Yeah, you're right. Will Hall probably won't be there. But anyway, I like it. I think it's a recruiting ground battle. You want to get deep down to Mississippi. Mississippi State's not going to play you anymore. Ole Miss is already scared to play you. Yeah, I said it. So why not get into the SIP? Start recruiting the SIP boys.
I mean, I wouldn't say I love it like you said, but I don't mind it. Like I said, it's better than Monroe, South Alabama. Any of those.
So why don't you love it? I'm just curious now.
I mean, I love Florida State going to Tallahassee in 2 years or whatever, next year, whatever it is, 24.
Why does Florida State want to play you? What do they gain from that?
I don't know what they gain from it, but they're doing it.
That's because we got someone scratching our back.
I don't care. I'm just saying that's a game I love. It's fine. I'm fine with Southern Miss. But to your point, you already got guys, you already got UAB and friggin' Rice and teams like that, FAU on your schedule. I feel like they're equivalent. So I love a Florida State. I love playing Missouri. I know people are freaking out about going to St. Louis, but it's going to be a fun trip. I'm really looking forward to it. I love those games. Southern Miss, I'm fine with it. Better than some of the other options, but it's not the best.
It is. Like, I'll take
it. That's all I'm saying. It's not even a Boise State.
I don't even understand that one. If you're either. Boise, why the hell are you playing Memphis? You don't recruit Memphis. Is it just you want a top team, in another league? Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know. I guess.
These things got to make sense, and this one makes sense, right?
Regionally, yeah, it does.
They beat Tulane, something we can't do. Sick burn.
Just stop. We've lost to Tulane in everything this year. It's unacceptable. All right, let's get to this beer. Zip and Pippin. I've enjoyed it. It's as good as the ride. And it was
This
it's a
thing has been
damn
gone
good
forever.
coaster.
I like the can. I don't know if you guys can see it. That light's bright. I like what Ghost River has done with the label. They've gone simple, but it's simple with like just enough to give it a little flair. You know what I'm talking about?
It is a good can.
Like, I don't think I'm gonna put it that high, but like respectfully, I think it's a good
I
can.
like the light. I like the blue color with the yellow font. It looks good.
Sure.
I'm not sure. What is this? Is this a cypress tree? What kind of tree is this?
That is the Ghost River tree. That's what I call that.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Looking up what a cypress tree looks like.
Oh, look at here. 6.9% alcohol. Nice.
Yeah, that's up there. I don't know what kind of tree it is, but it is a good
I'm reading
brew.
the can real quickly.
The can, I like the color, but it doesn't have a whole lot of. There's not a lot of art on it, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's simple, right?
Yeah. Simple but classy. And for that reason, I'm going 6.5.
6.5. Yeah, I mean, I think you're pretty on par. I like the color scheme of it. I'm with you on that. I do like the art. I touched on it. I'm gonna go a little bit higher.
Higher. Wow.
Yeah, only because like they have rebranded all of their cans, and I think that they've done a good job of doing something clean but simple, but like not getting boring
Overdoing
as
it.
crap with it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I really like the tree region here. I think that looks nice as an art. I'm not going to go much higher. It's like a 6.7 for me, but I do like it. Plus, you got the little Tennessee logo right there, little state outline, I should say, not a logo.
Wow. I didn't even real. I thought this had always been the can. I didn't realize it used to be like a girl riding zip. I like the old can better, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, it makes more. She's riding Zip and Pippin with her hands in the air. Now there's just a tree on it, and I don't know what that tree is.
Mm. The tree is the Ghost River logo, man. What do you
If
want?
it's called Zip
What do
and
you want from
Pippin,
them?
I don't know. It is a good brew though. I've never had this before, surprisingly.
It
It
is
was
good. It's an
buckle up, this
IPA. You
hearty and
normally don't
hoppy
go.
IPA won't throw you for a loop, but it's got some twists and turns. So put your hands in the air and come along for the ride. See, put your hands in the air. The old can makes so much sense. I mean, it was a good ride. This is a great ride. It's not the best ride I've ever been on, but I'd have put my hands in the air for it. It's no Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot, but it's equivalent to like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I mean, it's a decent ride. It's fun. You know, you're waiting a little bit of a line for it. I'm gonna say it's
You're
like
speaking a different language.
like a 7.2.
Okay. I put it at a flat 7. I normally don't do that, but I think it's good. It's
a really
definitely good. I could
score.
have two of
You
them.
could have just thrown like a decimal one in there.
What, lie to myself? No, I drink this and I said this is a 7. I'm
Fair enough. You're an
not
honest
gonna
man.
lie. It's a
If you're
7.
anything, Tej, you're an honest man. Except for
I
when you
think
fake
it's
being on the phone to not talk to people. That's dishonest.
I'm undefeated at that. No, it's good. I like it. I could drink multiple of them. Probably wouldn't buy a 6-pack, but it's good. I like it. Respectable. 7 it is.
Can I ask you something real quick? And this is for you listening. If you guys are listening, you want to comment. If you had ordered, let's just hypothetically say you ordered boneless buffalo wings at a establishment and the waiter came up and asked you how your chicken nuggets were, is that disrespectful?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
maybe the most disrespectful thing that I've ever heard in my life.
I was ready to fight that guy.
I mean, TJ and I were at Topgolf this past weekend with our buddy John's bachelor party. Some of the guys, we had 2 bays, 10 guys, ordered boneless buffalo wings, which TJ makes a great point. If you're at an establishment that is not known for wings, go boneless wings. It's a safer play.
100%.
Get it. I get it. It makes sense to me. But the fact that this guy came back up and asked us how our chicken nuggets were, I mean, those are fighting words. I had to look around to see if one of you guys had ordered chicken nuggets because I was like, I don't know what. I mean, this dude acted like we ordered dino nuggets and we're dipping them in ketchup, and I was ready to fight. So if you're listening, if you think that buffalo wings, boneless, are chicken nuggets, can you let us know? Because maybe we're missing something.
We're not. No, we're not. Hear me
Those
out.
those were fighting words and the most disrespectful thing I've ever heard.
You've already touched on the main thing. If you're not going to Wing Guru, Ching's, freaking Crumpy's, I'm trying to think of any wing place off the top of my head that specializes in wings. You don't get the wings. You don't get the bone-in wings. You get boneless wings. You play it safe.
The other part of this,
it's so much easier to eat.
We're at Topgolf. You gotta keep the digits clean. You're gripping golf clubs. Boneless allows you to use a utensil, eat the buffalo. You enjoy the meal, but your hands are clean and you can swing a club. For this man to walk up and ask us how our chicken nuggets were, I may never visit a Topgolf again. And I love golf. They're opening one up off of Winchester. I may not go. This gentleman ruined Topgolf for me. I'm just telling you.
That's a lie.
I have no reason to go there ever again.
They
don't even have chicken nuggets. They don't even have chicken nuggets on the menu. Why would he say that? All right, Tej. Tigers are going 3-0 this week. We're winning the American Conference Tournament. If you don't agree with that, those are also fighting words. So TJ and I are probably fighting because he says we're losing to Tulane for a 3rd time. If you haven't signed up, join as an insider on bluffcitymedia.co. Use promo code TJ and Trey, all caps. Join the Discord. It's incredible for game time discussion. You get insider content, merch, all sorts of cool stuff. Sign up, you'll get 10% off your subscription. So join us over there. Hit up Bluff City. Check out the other podcasts we got, the Will Coleman Show, all the Grizzly Blues Bear guys on the Bluff. Got a lot of good stuff for you guys, so check it out.
And honestly, you know what we should do?
What?
We should put together a 6-pack of our favorites based off these scores.
And give it away. We'll do it.
Give it away to a random insider, as long as they're of age. You know, we're not trying to get the FBI knocking on the door.
How do we choose a winner?
Well, we have the score. Oh, wait. I get what you're saying now. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
I don't know. They better vote that a boneless wing isn't a chicken nugget. I know that.
We'll have to run this by Kenny. He may cut this out. I don't know. But if you guys use code TJ and Trey, you'll be eligible for a 6-pack variety pack from TJ and Trey. We'll hand deliver it to you. How about that? All right.
Sam.
We're out of here. 3-0 this week, TJ. We're winning it. Cutting those nets down. Come to the Cold Beer Save with Hot Takes. Peace.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, please leave a like and a comment wherever you download your podcasts. Head over to bluffcitynil.com for comprehensive coverage of Memphis Tiger athletics. We will see you back here next week.